Hey guys, I'm Synegg. Welcome back to part 2 of this Coming of the Horde replay. This is a Warcraft 3 custom map by TheBronzeKnee. Terribly sorry that it took this long to get part 2. I was recovering from cold last week and I couldn't really speak without coughing uncontrollably every 5 minutes. So just a quick stock take. The Horde has taken over the green Silvermoon city and the red Stromgarde city, and now the Burning Legion here. The demons are assaulting the outer gates of Lordaeron, the grey Silverhand Knights here, led by Uther Lightbringer and supported by Sylvanas Windrunner here on the battlements, shooting down at the Horde heroes. Garona Half-Orcan, a quick agility assassin type hero, and further back we have Manaroth, one of the Pit Lord heroes here, going very tanky with a number of defensive items. And meanwhile, Dark Green player here led by Kargath Bladefist, he's launched a heavy attack with his Ogre forces, led by these elite Ogre Lord heavy hitting units, and they're assaulting the purple Dalaran Mage City. And Ronan Redhair here standing at the front, trying to rally his mages, and they're reinforced by these Dwarven Riflemen led by Bran Bronzebeard, the level 9 High Explorer from Khazmodan. And now Kurdran's just teleported in. Kurdran Wildhammer, he's also a dwarf. He appears to be flying there, and he's transformed into his unique flying form. So he is a fast flying mage hero, but he sacrifices a lot of health and defense to be able to fly. As you saw, those trolls quickly chunked him down to less than half HP. And now Kargath here running him by himself. He's level 13, getting quite strong, and he's also chosen to itemize with 2 defensive items, making him very tanky. But now he's got himself trapped on this battlement here, but he's going to teleport out, and it doesn't seem the Alliance has any stun or disable that can stop the teleport. Meanwhile, while that was happening, Light Blue down in the bottom front here has chosen to attack the blue Stormwind city, and there's a number of ogres and range units at the top, whereas they're doing a simultaneous assault, and the brown burning blade Blackrock clan here, and with their hero Garona quite injured, and they have successfully broken through the bottom outer gate of Stormwind. And now these Alliance defenders, the blue Azerothians and the teal Kultiras sailors and musketeers here, they've been forced to retreat into this inner level, and Lord Adun Lothar here bravely holding at the front, but it seems the Horde are streaming through. Although at the top there's something strange happening, as it seems the top gates actually push the Horde all the way back to the moat, so it's not sure whether they can come flank and actually help Stormwind here hold these gates. There's 3 battles going on at the same time. At the top it seems Lordaeron is slowly dying to the Horde, while Dalaran here in this middle battle, there's a engineer trying to repair this tower while it's getting hacked down by multiple Horde units, and it seems the Alliance here will be forced to retreat, and they'll give up this first outer Dalaran area, and they'll retreat across this magical river into the upper level of the Violet Citadel. And just going to the top, we're just catching the end here of the Lordaeron fight. Manaroth and his Doomguards taking down the throne, so the Alliance has given up Lordaeron as they're under attack at 2 other locations at the same time. And a number of Alliance heroes here, Adun and Duke. Adun, I think he's the highest level on the Alliance at the moment, level 13, and he's also stacking a lot of defensive items, and he's got a whopping 40 something armor, and he's basically doesn't give a crap about anything, just bravely riding out to meet the Horde and hoof stomping them in the face before running back in. And now Sylvanas is reinforced with some elven sorcery, and the Horde sitting in Bat Riders here. The Bat Riders, they can only attack mechanical units, so they actually don't get aggroed by the normal unit AI, and they're very good at taking out catapults and towers and other mechanical units. And you can see they basically just were ignored by all of these Alliance range units, and they just had a field day killing all the catapults. And now Kurdran's come in, holding up this top ramp, and Kurdran's got a number of powerful area of effect nukes, and that was Garona. Her unique skill, her ultimate, allows her to turn into a grunt, and she has windwalk, so she can very easily slide in and assassinate any squishy Alliance heroes. And there it is, she's turned into this grunt, and it seems she's going for... Oh, she decided to go for a Lothar, which is a bit strange, as usually you want to go for the weaker mages and for the Elven hero, for example. But she did get a double kill there on Kurdran and Bran, and there's a massive pile of corpses here and all these skeletons, so this is a fierce battle that's been raging on for some time. Just jumping up quickly, it seems. In the meantime, Gen Greymane here, King of Gilneas, was unable to save Dalaran, but at least he was able to save himself, teleporting out on just a tiny amount of health. And there's Ronan here, just resurrected in time, level 9, to watch his precious Violet Citadel here get battered down by these Ogre Lords and Grunts. And Kargath now level 15, so it seems Ronan's going to fight to the last. And this Lone Griffin here, unable to stop the destruction of their homeland. So that's another throne for the Horde, and they've quickly racked up Lordaeron and Dalaran, so 4 thrones down. But the Alliance holding strong here at Stormwind for now, and now Cho'Gall's returned to the battle. Unfortunately, he walked straight into a bouncing chain lightning. That was probably Kurdran's nuke here, with this unique item, Lightning Stave, allowing to cast a 5-time bouncing chain lightning. And that was Garona there, getting slowed and disabled by multiple Alliance heroes, and getting hit down. There's Uther, level 10, and he's getting a number of strength items, turn into a secondary tank hero. And Sylvanas, it's very interesting items. Sylvanas got him the very powerful teleport boots, but equally, this is a bit of an odd choice, the tanky Essence of Azun item, which adds 900 hit points and a very powerful healing ability, which she shouldn't really need. She should mainly focus on stacking damage and agility as a long-ranged damage-dealing hero. Jumping up, the dwarves seem to be caught unawares here, as Manaroth now level 17, and he's also got his own Essence of Azun. He's done a blitzkrieg rush through this top gate of the Dwarven city, and for some reason this player seems to be asleep, and the majority of his garrison's actually at the bottom here, guarding this bridge, while the internal Ironforge area is getting ravaged. And as soon as he may have forgotten that he had about 30 guys here, while the rest of the Alliance coming quickly to his aid, Kurdran and Ronan teleporting in here with some conjurers and catapults, and they may be able to stave off this assault. Manaroth here at 18 now, but he's getting quite weak, and that Ronan combo just took down a chunk of his health. And jumping back to the top left, so Gilneas here, the Black Mountain fortress city of Gilneas, with a large contingent of defenders here trying to hold back Kargath, and this gate lever on 12 HP. Unfortunately, the black player did not catch that in time, as these troll trappers took out the lever, so now they won't be able to close this gate. And it seems Kargath doing a number there on those Alliance defenders, and there's not enough tanks here, not enough knights or heroes to hold back, and Kargath's broken through, and he's wreaking havoc on the back lines, supported by these air units and trolls and catapults from behind. So it seems Gilneas is going to fall in turn. Now this is pretty bad news for the Alliance, as they've very quickly lost 3 thrones in a row, and it seems they're concentrating most of their attention here to hold Stormwind, which is probably a good choice, as Stormwind is one of the best cities to hold, and it seems these Alliance heroes here are getting decent level and experience from the Horde, although it's not really good that they're sacrificing all these thrones so quickly. And that was Garona's ultimate there, trying to kill Sylvanas, and she was successful. So Sylvanas, being very squishy, and really does need protection from some of these tanky heroes with their disables to kind of goose guard and stop Garona getting in. And Garona's other unique ability is whenever she kills a hero personally, she actually gets a free Fan of Knives skill set off. So her target is to kill as many heroes as possible, which will unleash Fan of Knives and kill all the units around them. Now in this break, let's go up. So that is a massive Legion Horde there, and Manaros unleashed his Infernals, his ultimate, which rained down several large super Infernals from the sky, and they have this powerful immolation ability. And now there's a big horde here. Dark Greens join the fight, having taken down Gilneas, and it doesn't look like Gen having just fallen. And now Garona has teleported in, assassinating Bran, and they've quickly smashed down the remaining Alliance defenders, and they've just taken Ironforge as well. So very bad news. Even though we started this replay at 40 minutes, and at that point Alliance had only lost 2 thrones, but in just 10 minutes somehow the Horde has rallied and taken 4 thrones in a row. And now the orange player has chosen to commit honourable suicide, and has rage quitted, having lost his mountain fortress city. And that means nobody will control Airy Peak, although one of the Alliance players is trying to stall, and they're going to hold out as long as possible, even though Airy Peak isn't technically a throne, so the Horde do not have to take this out. And it's ironic that it's the turncoat Alterac human traitors who are now assaulting their dwarven allies, and it seems one of the Alliance heroes teleporting in, Ronan coming in to the aid of the dwarves. And Ronan here, he's bought Arcane Wonder. This is a very generally all-round item, which gives a number of hit points, mana, and it gives a nice hit point regeneration aura, but most importantly it gives a nice mana boost to Ronan and any nearby Alliance units or heroes. And Ronan's also chosen to buy the Soul Guard slippers here, giving a number of different bonuses and regens. And now Ronan and Bran, they're going to try and reclaim the stronghold of Alterac and reclaim some honor for the Alliance. But meanwhile, little do they know, the Legion here trying to subvert them and steal a number of units in and take out Airy Peak while they're away. Although Airy Peak isn't really of any strategic importance, but holding it does give the orange dwarven player some more income and some more food supply. Now let's jump back down. So there's a sprawling fight here just outside the inner gates of Stormwind, and Lothar and Uther, the 2 mounted cavalier heroes, they're taking on a number of Horde melee units and Kargath Bladefist here. And there's a number of nukes going off, and these Azeroth mages casting their Blizzard skill. And now Garona's made it in, and she's trying to kill Duke, and she succeeded, and there she let off another Fan of Knives there. And meanwhile, Light Blue is assaulted from the top gate, and there's a massive, well, that's at least 3 sets of catapults, red, teal, blue, and it looks like grey as well, so 4 sets of catapults. So that's a lot of area of effect damage coming down on these Horde attackers. And now Cho'Gall coming in from the top, only level 8 though, and Cho'Gall here buying a number of Cyclone Staffs, which is a bit weird. And now Cho'Gall, it seems, is stuck in the front and getting quickly chunked down by all the Alliance. And in general, you don't want your hero trapped at the front to die like that. You do want to leave a path open so they can retreat when they're injured. But at the bottom, maybe the same fate will soon occur to Kargath, although Kargath's just healing there using the Essence of Azun active ability to restore 20% of his health. He's still trapped at the front here, and he may need to retreat soon or risk getting cut down by Gen and Ronan, although Garona, that was Garona making it in. Fortunately this time the Alliance managed to pick her off and before she did too much damage to their heroes, and it seems Alliance have once again successfully defended. Again, a slew of corpses there littering the ground, but now that this is the only land base and the Teal Kultiris nation is completely safe until Stormwind is defeated, so all 8 Alliance can focus their efforts here. Bran here, level 13. He's bought the teleportation boots and the corrupted edge. This is a very important item for taking down tanky Horde heroes, as it adds a armor reduction debuff of 40%, which can be quite substantial when the Horde heroes like Kargath are stacking armor. And up top, Kurdran here, level 13, and he's doing a bit of side harassment in the interim, and he's bought the powerful lightning stave, which casts a chain lightning. He's also bought an arcane wonder, and these are very, very good because they not only do they significantly enhance the unit durability in an alliance base, but sharing those mana regen active abilities. If there's a few alliance mages who buy this item, basically everybody gets unlimited mana for forever. And Kurdran's bought Soulguard slippers here, a very good choice for him, as he is a very fast, agile hero who needs to dart in and out, so the movement speed's definitely useful, as well as the hit point regeneration and mana regeneration. And now the Horde massing a massive assault here. Manaroth level 19, basically stacking 5 generally defensive items, now on 5,000 health and 50 something armor, and he's leading a massive charge here. And it seems these towers may start to cause a bit of a bottleneck, so you do want to be careful where you put the towers. They can be useful for stopping alliance heroes coming out to harass, but you don't want to cause a traffic jam here among your own units. And now the alliance now forced to repel another huge, this is easily the largest Horde assault yet, with Garona and Kargath assaulting from the bottom, and the Burning Legion and the light blue Horde attacking from the top. Now Manaroth's made it in, he's let down his infernals on the top, and this is going to be catastrophic for all these catapults, which will basically all get crushed by these infernals. And now Manaroth's made it all the way into the back. He's turned on his immolation ability, and he's basically tanking the entire alliance, which makes a lot more room for their Legion and Horde units to stream through. And there's Garona in the back. She's injured, but she managed to escape outside. And Gen's fallen, and it seems the alliance is getting pushed back, and the Horde are getting significant headway in, as Manaroth is still alive, although he's just picked off by basically the entire alliance and a number of heroes hitting him. But I think he did buy enough time to actually tank and allow all these Horde units to stream through. And there's Garona there coming in, taking out a number of alliance heroes, and Kargath looking very healthy. Kargath also on 5,000 HP, 50 armor, and yeah, very tanky item choices, and now starting to stack strength and damage. And there's Garona trying to pick off Lothar, and Cho'Gall's drag ability there cancelling Lothar's teleport, and unfortunately he will be forced to also die for his homeland. And there's 4 Horde heroes here wreaking havoc in the Azeroth throne room, and this means that all the alliance will have to start making their naval preparations, as at 22 minutes, the Horde has managed to take out all 7 thrones on the land, and now just Kultira stands between them and total victory. And just looking at the items here, so Garona has bought the teleport boots, very useful, adding movement speed, general stats, and allowing her to quickly dart between different bases to quickly dart in and out and assassinate heroes. But she's also stacked these soul rings, so it's a very good choice, as they give agility, mana, and life and mana regeneration. So excellent for her, as she wants to have good regen so she can dart in and out, and also stack agility and damage so she can quickly assassinate the squishy heroes. Now the sea war begins. These shipyards have started to spawn for the Horde, and it seems the alliance, well, Red is fortunate in that the Horde seem to have forgotten that Red Stromguard had a shipyard here, and he's able to make ships to help the greater war effort. Of course, he's lost his main base, so he's got a reduced food cap, so he can only make a small fleet, but every single ship counts. And in the top, now that Stormwind's fallen, so the Stormwind defenders have been forced to relegate to Hillsbrad here on the southern shores of Lordaeron. But it seems Garona and the Horde were waiting, and as soon as Lothar spawns, he's met with a number of demons, and it will be interesting to see how many ships the blue player actually manages to get out before the Horde come and take out the the Hillsbrad shipyard. Now it seems Garona here having a little chase around with Lothar, but she won't be able to kill him as he's also very tanky. Not quite as tanky as the Horde heroes, but he'll easily be able to withstand against the small squad of demons. And now jumping down, it seems the sea battle has started as there's a small fleet of Kultiras here engaging Dark Green's Juggernaut fleet on the eastern side of the island. But the main battle will certainly be on this southern shore of Kultiras, as now black and it seems grey, blue, and of course the Kultiras fleet starting to mass here, and against them there's going to be a massive armada of Horde ships. It seems brown and dark green coming from this side, and dark green also having a split force coming up the eastern side of the island, while it seems the Alliance heroes are trying to desperately save Hillsbrad for as long as possible. And there's Garona there transforming into her grunt form, and she's going to, seems, hit Lothar in the back as Kurdran's flown off to, well, he's injured, but he's going to try and help the sea battle there. And the Legion here, they've made a massive fleet as well, so they've brought a number of acolytes to make extra shipyards on the shore. And this is amazing. In the top right, it seems the elves have made some harbours with a hidden worker, no doubt. And the southern shore here, now a massive battle breaking out between light blue and brown's ships, with a number of sort of rogue alliance splinter fleets sort of charging forward against better orders and engaging the Horde to their death. But the main alliance fleet here grouping up just to the southern shores of Kultiras, and even the dwarves bringing their mortars to help shell, and this is probably not going to be a great idea in the long run. Equally, these elves, these sorceresses getting absolutely destroyed by these cannons. And I mean, 400 HP sorceress against a 1000 HP doom barge is really not a good idea. But I guess these alliance heroes don't really have anything else to do, and they're all going to garrison on the shore, and Brand selling his life there to try and guard. And now it seems the Horde have launched an attack in force, and they've got a massive force here building up a concave, whereas the Alliance fleet kind of, well, actually they do have a number of ships here, and most importantly they have the very powerful Duke Teal Heroes naval aura, adding, I believe it's about 20 to 30% damage bonus, so actually that's a very powerful bonus for a large scale sea battle. And now Red's Splinter Fleet here, he's launching a surprise attack on the Horde docks. Unfortunately, they have so many shipyards and enough ships being made that it seems they'll be unable to succeed in this lightning raid attack. But they'll also soon be joined by a number of submarines, and where was Dark Green's fleet? Not sure what the Elven fleet is doing here, sort of derping a bit. Neither are they engaging in these Horde shipyards on the eastern sea, but they're kind of just stuck in a mist rally of some sort. And finally, the Legion player has realized that the red player was making a fleet, and he's wisely chosen to destroy that shipyard. So no more ships for red, just limited to a number of shipyards, submarines here. But it seems on the southern shore of Kultiras, actually, the Alliance fleet has succeeded in holding off the first Horde attack, although this is the first of but many, and no doubt the Horde, well, actually they seem to have thought they'd won, and they started making transport ships, and they'd actually created a large land army to prepare for a sort of Normandy D-Day style landing, although they'll need to get through this decent Alliance navy before they can actually land on Kultiras proper. And now Red's submarines proving very useful, distracting and harassing these Orc juggernauts without these troll destroyers to spot for them, and even Orange bringing in some extra submarines and these flying machines to help the war effort. And the Legion here, and with Manaroth's personal battle barge here with his Doomguard bodyguard, they may be making a beeline up top to try and surprise the defenders and land on the northern part of Kultiras. But Yellow here sending his fleet now once again to try and take through